Hello guys and welcome to my first ever Storytime with Izra's video. This is an experiment I'm making. If you like it and you do end up enjoying this video, please go ahead and leave a like. It'd be greatly appreciated, but this is a very different type of video from what I normally do. This is going to be way more casual. It's going to be, you're going to get to see what it looks like to have a washed Izra play Minecraft for the first time in like a couple months. And you're going to be getting to hear some pretty interesting stories. Well, not interesting, just stupid stories from, about me. I suck. Alright, let's start with a good one. The first one I got for y'all is the day that I realized I was famous. You might look down on my channel. Man, holy cow. Alright, sorry. You might be looking at my channel and going, he's not famous. He only got 65 subscribers. And I'm going to go, yes, but I have a stalker. Or at least I had. So I'm going to tell you the story of my first ever stalker. I wake up one day. I go check my DMs, as you do. So I check my DMs, and I see this guy. I have no idea who it is. Friend request me. Send me a friend request, okay? I'm like, okay, well, that's weird. So I accept it, thinking it's somebody who's, got on a new Discord or something. And, yeah, he just says, hey, is your name, censored? I'm not going to say his name. This. And I'm like, no, that's not my name. I'm like, well, I didn't say that. All I always wanted was, who are you? Because I'm like, why do you want to know my name? And he wouldn't tell me who he was. So he just asked me again, hey, are you this guy? And I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, I thought you were this guy. And I'm like, why would you think I was this random guy? Which, by the way, his name sounded a lot like my name, which is pretty interesting. Well, he sounded like his name sounded like kind of like Izra. So I was like, did he make that connection? Did he just see the name Izra and instantly think it was this guy, But yeah, I don't know. So he asked me if it was this, if my name was this, and I was like, no. And he's like, oh, but you really look like him. And that's when I started getting nervous, and I was like, wait, hold up, wait, what? So I responded like, because I've never shown my face or anything like that. So I'm like, okay, how does he know what I look like? So I asked him like, hey, who are you? Like, why why do you know what my face looks like, basically? And he responded with, oh, it's on your stream title, which really shocked me. I thought first he just, oh, it's on your stream, because so I was like, oh crap, did I show my face on stream at some point? But I knew I hadn't, so I was like going through and checking. And I asked him again, like, hey, when did you see my face? And he says, well, no, it's on the, oh, crap. It's on the stream. Like, it's on every single stream thumbnail. So I was like, oh, because if you don't know my stream thumbnail, you can go check them out. They are stock footage. It's just, the normal. Hold up, give me a second. Crap. He thought he was clean. He's not. Sorry. So my stream thumbnail is just stock footage, just a guy playing Minecraft. Well, not playing Minecraft, just a guy playing video games, right? That's all it is. So he thought that random guy was me, which I guess it's a fair assumption, but also like, no, it really wasn't, I guess. Why, whatever. So yeah, he assumed that face was me, and apparently whoever he was looking for looked like that. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's not me. And then he says, but you play chess. Crap. I just don't want to get invised by Red Renat. Anyways, so, sorry, back on track. What were we talking about? Right. So he thought he'd recognize my face. That was my face. Okay, cool. And then he was like, well, you do the same things as him. You play, he plays Minecraft, and he plays chess. And at this point, I was like, okay, well, this is just, coincidence. I'm kind of getting over it at this point. It's some random guy who happens to play chess and Minecraft just like me. And his name kind of sounds like Izra. Okay, whatever, And then I'm about to say, no, that's not me, sorry. And then I asked him, like, wait, hold up, why are you looking for this guy? And that's when it started getting interesting. He responded on Discord with, just all he said was, he betrayed me. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? All he said was, he betrayed me. Which, in my opinion, was a pretty interesting response. I don't know what that means. But yeah, so this random guy, this random name, I can't talk right now, hold up, give me a second. I can't talk while running, apparently. Cool. This is cool, I love this. So after I had realized that he'd gotten the wrong person, I told him he'd gotten the wrong person. I asked him kind of like, why in the world is he looking for this random guy? And his response was kind of interesting. I was expecting him to be like, oh, it's my friend, I was trying to see if it was my friend's Discord or whatever. Could be anything, But his response, honestly, kind of surprised me, and it was simply one thing. It was just 2 words. No, 3 words. Hold up, can I count? 1, 2, yeah, 3 words. 3 words. All he said was, he betrayed me. Yeah, I didn't really know what to respond to that with, so I said, oh, okay. But yeah, all I can really say is, if you're out there, the person he's looking for, all I can say is,
run.
Yeah, so that was my first story. It's not that exciting of a story, but it was the first time I realized, I joked with my friends after that, hey, I'm famous now because I have a stalker. I had a guy who tried to find out who I was. He asked me, he called me out after he thought he'd figured out who I was. And yeah, I thought it was a pretty funny story. Anyways, that is story number 1. Don't worry, I got more than 1 story. Crap, he got instant. But I don't got a ton of stories, but I got 2. So that's my first one. The second one I got for y'all. This is a goodie. So, we went on a trip. A group of friends of mine. We went on a trip. We went to a trip. We went up to the mountains, and we drove quite a while when we got there. But anyways, on this mountain, before we went on the hike, you have to get used. Since it's so high up, you have to get used to the altitude. So we, we were at base camp waiting a little bit, waiting for the altitude to get ready, so we don't get altitude sickness from going up way too fast. So, we were just sitting at base camp, waiting, waiting a little while, a couple days before, and I was like, okay, what can we do out in the middle of nowhere with snacks? I brought a set of cards, and, that's it. So, I taught, 7 different random people how to play poker on a mountaintop. It was pretty great, actually. And we just gambled away everything, all the snacks, anything we had, we would gamble. And we gambled M&Ms, we gambled Skittles, we gambled snacks. I mean, anything we could get our hands on, we would gamble. And it was a great time. And I taught all my friends how to play poker, just because we were bored, randomly. Why does he buy iron armor? That's annoying. Anyways, so we would gamble anything, and the thing about this is that this was not just like any trip. This is not just like random teenagers going on for a trip. This was a church camp. I don't know what got into me, but I decided to teach random teenagers how to gamble at a church camp. Don't ask me why I thought this was a good idea, but I did. I taught people how to gamble on the mountaintop, but the funny part was that it was a church camp. So, I've had some of the parents from that camp later on got mad at me for having taught their kids how to gamble. It's actually pretty funny. And now that's just become a tradition. Anytime I go on any one of these camps or retreats or anything, I teach people how to play poker. So now everybody who's around me knows how to play poker. And it's just a thing we do. When we're at church camp, yeah, we play poker. We don't gamble money, but we gamble. It's pretty great. So anyways, that is story number 2, and I'm actually going to build off that because it was funny. So we were at one of these retreats with our entire family. It was not just the youth group retreat, it was the entire family retreat. All of us are going on, mom, dad, all of them. Well, dad wasn't there, but mom, my siblings, all that. So, and what happened was that there was we had free time, do whatever you want kind of thing, basically. And they said, hey, we're playing card games and stuff in this area. So I went over them thinking oh, my mind obviously instantly going straight to poker. I'm all right, perfect, we're gonna play some poker. It's gonna be a vibe. We're gonna vibe. We're about to play some poker, have a great time. I'm gonna enjoy it. Can you stop? Can you actually chill out? Can you chill the heck out? Why am I so bad at Bed Wars? Like, why? Why do I suck at Bed Wars? All I want to do is I want to talk about stupid childhood stories that happened years ago, and then upload it on YouTube and get a ton of views. Like, that's all I want to do. I just want to stay. I don't want to win. I just want to stay long enough to talk. Please. Why is this so hard? Man, I respect YouTubers way more now. Anyways, so yeah, we nothing happened. So I went into this room, you know, thinking, okay, we're gonna play some poker. It's gonna be a great time. And I see this like group of like, I don't want to call them old ladies, but they were old ladies, you know, playing cards. I'm like, oh, perfect. We're gonna play some poker. It's gonna have a good time. I'm gonna have a ton of fun, and yeah, it's gonna be great. You know, I'm gonna beat up some old grandmas in poker. Perfect. And I'm like, hey, what game are you playing? And I don't even remember the name of the game. Oh my goodness. Bridge skills. Yeah, so they were not playing poker. I don't remember what game it was, but basically what happened was I sat down and I asked them what game they're playing, and they told me this random name that I'd never heard of before. So I was like, okay, cool. You know, it'll be fun. I'll learn it. It was 100% luck based. Like I'm talking like there was literally zero skill involved. There is zero skill involved in that game. I kid you not. I don't know to this day what the game was called. I can't remember. But what I do know is that I hated it with a burning passion, because the point of the game was not to play the game. Okay, that was not the point. That's not why they had that game. The only reason those ladies played that game was so they could gossip. They're just sitting there talking one thing or another, you know, saying this and that, and that's the only reason they're alive. It feels like that's the only reason they're talking or playing the game in the first place. So they're not playing the game for the sake of the game. They're playing the game for the sake of talking. And I'm like, you know, I'm an extrovert. I enjoy that. That sounds fun. But it's like, I don't know, man. It was literally just gossip. Like, literally just gossip. Hold up, give me a second. I suck at this game. Alright, so yeah. And the thing about that is that that's all well in its place, you know, but it's kind of stupefyingly boring. So I decided, you know what, screw this. I'll just like go hurdle up some of their kids. Alright, anyways, back to the story. So yeah, I went over and I decided, you know what, these ladies, I'm gonna do this just in spite. So I taught like another like 10, 11 junior highs how to play poker and how to gamble in front of their mothers. Just because I felt like it. I was like, you know what? Nah. Y'all's game is boring. Let me just teach your children how to gamble. They were not so happy with me. Like, they didn't say anything. I could just tell. They were not happy with me. They did not want me to teach them how to gamble. You know, so of course I did. And then I got as many people as I could over. And I mean, like that, if you look at all the tables, there's a ton of tables, you know, set up of different people playing board games. And it was like, you know, 2 people there, 4 people there. Crap, what are you doing? Get out of here. Oh, you have sharpness, I lose. Whatever. Alright, let's just do this. Is he gonna hippo? No hippo. Okay, cool. So, back to the commentary. So, this guy, right, I taught them how to play poker. And, you know, that would have been all well and good. It would have been funny. But, I think the thing that made it so funny in my memory, it's really funny. Now that I'm telling it, it doesn't seem very funny. But, like, in my memory, it's a really funny story. I think it was because we were gambling with, like, you know those, like, things you put in coffee? Like the creamer packets? And, like, not the creamer, but, like, salt and pepper packets that you get, like, at restaurants. Yeah, we were gambling with those. And, they were color-coded, just like poker chips, you know? And we would just sit there, and we kept using them. And we would use them for, you know, this one's 5, this one's 10, and then we'd gamble. The thing is, now, when you gamble, poker has a ton of strategy. Like, poker has a ton of strategy. And I've studied a good deal of poker, so I'm pretty good at poker. The thing is, it's not fun to do strategy. Like, strategy against bad people, or just strategy in general, is really just fold a lot until you get a hand that's playable, and then you play that hand, and then you win. No, well, statistically you win. And, oh, what am I doing? And then you, wait a little while, until you get another good hand, and you play that hand, and you play it statistically well. You know, it's just statistically, and you just wait. And if you play long enough, you'll always win. Basically, is what that is. But the thing is, that's boring, and we didn't have enough time to for me to win statistically. You know, it's like it's a coin flip, and I'm technically favored. But since there's like 8 people at the table, and since we have a so small sample size of games, we don't have enough time to play a ton of games, which means that I'm probably, you know, if I just play the way I normally play, I'm not gonna get more than like 3 hands that is playable, you know. So I decided to go full YOLO and just use the fact that everybody at the table knew that I am the best, easily the best poker player out of that entire group, right? And all I would do, oh, he's AFK. Did he say anything? No, he didn't. Anyways, and all I would do in the game was I would just bluff them using the fact that they knew that I'm better than them. You know, they knew that I knew about poker more than they did. So I just kept kept basically staring them down, going okay, but listen, I know what I'm talking about, you don't, you know, and then say fancy words, look confident, and it kept working, and it kept working. So for 30 minutes straight, I would just sit there, and sometimes people would call me, and I would win sometimes, and I'd lose sometimes, you know, but most of the time, I would just get it through, and it was hilarious. Get my bluff through, because okay, I don't want to fight back. I just want to place blocks, because that's easier. And then, but then what happened was, oh my goodness, that would have been a cool clutch. But then what happened was that I kept doing that until somebody went hold up, have you had a single hand? And I'm like, no, I have not. And this is the insane part. After I said I'd not had, and every single time I bet a lot and and pretended to have something, I've never had anything. Didn't that entire time, you know. Which means that someone called me, they would just get my money, you know. But most of the time they didn't call me. But the second I told them that, because I thought it was be over, and I was like, hey, it's funny, I'll tell them, you know. I got a hand, and I got aces. And I was like, okay, well, that's cool. That's funny. You know, it's funny. I got a good hand. So I went all in. And they instantly called my bluff. You know, they're like, oh, no, he's joking. And I cleaned this guy out. I cleaned him out. He ran out of money. Because I was the top stack, and one guy's called me when I went all in. So he put in all his money. And I won. And they're like, but you never had anything. I'm like, yeah, the one time. The one time is when I had it. And then second hand. Again, I draw from having drawn nothing this entire game, just bluffing my way through. I drew another cracked hand. I think it was I don't know, it was suited. It was something suited, and I ended up rivering a flush. Not rivering, what's it called? Oh my goodness. I've been so long since I played poker. I ended up, yeah, I rivered a flush. So I was like, I'll just keep faking. I just showed a strong hand, I'll keep faking. And I managed to river a flush. And bailed out, and that was about it. It was really funny though, because at that point 2 people would call me again. They'd call me, and they kept calling me, and because I just told them I bluffed all the time, and then I landed again, and I managed to bail out, and then the third round around. So now 3 hands in a row. This is a third hand in a row. I pull pocket, I 2-7 offsuit. That is, if you're not a poker player, that is the worst possible hand you can get. I pulled 2-7 offsuit, and my instincts are yeah, just fold, obviously. But I'm like, but it would be funny, it would be funny. And what am I doing? My mouse just went off my desk. Anyways, and so I was like, okay, whatever. So I shoved. That means going all in. I shoved with 7-2 offsuit. And a guy said, what, third time's a charm or what? And he went all in and called me. Third time I thought was going to be the charm. I thought I was like, oh crap, I'm screwed now. He's going to take most of my money. Because he takes as much as he has. If I have more money than him, if I have 10 money and he has 7 money, and I go all in, and he calls me, then he takes 7 money from me when he wins. He doesn't take all 10, actually, which is weird. But that's just how poker works. So I was about to lose all my money, because I'm the top stack. But then the flop comes, and the flop is 227. And I have a full house. And I'm like, well, that's insane. Okay. And, you know, he was mad because at this point we've both called all in on the turn and everyone else is out. So we revealed our cards just for fun, you know. And he just freaks out. He's like, okay, bro, you can't be doing that. You can't be landing stuff like that. So I flop a full house. And then well, the thing is, if that was it, that'd have been ridiculous. No. I think it was. Well, I think I had I had 3 sevens. No, yeah, 3 sevens and 2 twos. I think it was. I don't remember, but 3 sevens, 2 twos. And the turn comes, and the turn is a another 7. So I now have 4 sevens. I just pulled quads. So I rivered quads. It's like, okay, well, that's stupid. So this guy, I went all in with 7-2 offsuit, and I ended up winning because I rivered first. I flopped a full house, and then I rivered the quads. So I mean, like, you know, I'm just the best poker player in the world. I can't lose. And after that, we ran out of time, and I had to go. So I went on a 3-round winning streak with insane hands. Like, I don't know what the odds of that are. You can tell me in the comments. But it was stupid. It happened, and everyone just at the table just freaked out. It was kind of epic. Anyways, that is really all the stories I got for y'all today. Comment down below if y'all like this video. I try to make it more chill. I'm not a very chill person though, so you know. Ooh, that was a nice shot. So you know, I didn't really succeed. This guy's sweaty. I'm gonna lose this game. Yeah, I'll leave y'all to watch me sweat against a well, wonder what this guy is. Bridge sweat. I'll sweat against this guy, and then I'll hop off. Enjoy the sweaty gameplay.